Okay, I'd just like to say first, thank you to Rick and to all the other wonderful poets, but Rick was so good tonight. It was incredible. And it was like an Aladdin's cave of poetry. It wasn't a garbage heap, it was a heap of sparkling gems of poetry. It was incredible, actually. Thank you for that, Rick. And thank you to the rest of you. I really enjoyed the poems tonight. We're normally on early, and I think I've been able to concentrate more tonight, actually. So I've had a bit of a week because we've had a lot of mice have taken over our house, and my daughter there as well, like tut-tutting and putting down poison, and it's been horrible, actually. There've been mice. I even found one last night in my bed, came out from under the pillow, and so I haven't been myself lately. I'm having nightmares about mice, actually. But anyway, here we go. The first poem I'm going to read is called Man-Made or What? Who or what will be our creator, to be elevated on high or down in the abyss? Though starlit for life, we gaze to eternity, a job lot of souls, a haphazard meeting of minds. Hold hands in the firmament, create time with memories, spinning atoms, diced with number 666 to please the devil. Are you there, Mephistopheles, carrying the can? Are we immune to change, or are we susceptible? In many different shapes and sizes at his whim, the smile of the sun in stark moonlit bliss, the kisses of saints, or a sharp hoof of sin, holding us there in a dragon's grin. Smaug on her treasure has nothing on him. We can gaze inside flowers where the bee sucks, an act of creation. Pollen transforms our deprivation. Our bodies up in smoke, ready for transportation. Soul to soul, wrestling in atomic storms, we reconfigure. Some say we're immune to changes, but the sunlight says all. Passing shadows released with the light. A field of marigolds, garden of dreams. I'm on my knees. Now I know God. Fire in the darkness, butterflies alighted from dreams. So many beautiful things. Their lives are intense but short. A week in the transparency of wings, enjoying the flowers. In a delicious breeze, carrying me along in an ocean of trees. In a state of delirium, I fly through the clouds, forever changing, like a dragonfly underwater in the beginning, eyes wide open. I'm remembering things, frozen creatures under the ice, praying for existence, a parody of things seeking life elsewhere. I am released. I have an inner light that can never be extinguished. I sing in the dark, enchanted by unknown sources, abandoned. A timeless trip, alone, in separateness and wonder, the desert travels of a king, following my star to creation. And the second poem is a shorter one. It's called The Meeting. The day we took the wrong route, trying to reach Shamhala, we climbed up high above Zipolite Beach, Mexico, the Death Beach to be precise. There was a sudden rainbow in the sky, flashes of wings, red, gold, purple, blue, and yellow, a turquoise fluttering in the trees, a real bonfire display. As we sweated and scrambled, I gasped at the sight. Frolicking in the midday sun, the butterflies were indiscreet, love on the wing, the sight of which made me blink. Their flight path we blundered into, en route from the Rockies, a meeting place of wild stars, exotic dancers galore, in multicolored feathers like Aztecs, haunting the place, tarting for hearts, on show like in Netflix, sharpening their knives to dig in deep like a ladyboy in an alley, appealing for more time, wanting to end the show with a display of newly acquired corpses in dress uniforms. As firefly dances, and a firefly dances in the wings. Its future uncertain. Thank you.
It's always a privilege to be here in spoken word with such philosopher poets, old visionaries. I mean, I'm so lucky. And to read after Susie is always daunting, to say the least. Song of the Walking Stick. An optical illusion, hallucinating light refracted from beyond Earthlight. Believe it's time to go back through the labyrinth below Jerusalem, across from no man's land to the northern province of Israel and Gaza. Traveling from across the planisphere via an outer space capsule, Argon, through the ziggurat to Ararat, deciphering the hieroglyphics, the nomenclature of the oldest sanctuary building on Kilimanjaro, journeying back to Constantinople to saints and astrologers foretold in the Holy Scriptures at communion, reading Genesis and Deuteronomy. Oh, Jesus, man, sorry. I always get this wrong. In the Holy Scriptures at communion, reading Genesis to Deuteronomy, a twilight star chart prefiguring the lodestar Polaris, spinning nuclei, journeying back to Haiti to sacrifice the long pig in a voodoo ritual, an apocryphal script written in Sanskrit and Aramaic for a picayune. The priests are dead in the shipwreck, overseen from the river Styx, flotilla of Parliament shipping seen from a Portuguese perspective. Those mutineers recall chiaroscuro cave paintings from Biscay, evolve from the outer darkness, the Philosopher's Stone, the Netflix, Eisenstein's cinematography to Scott Fitzgerald's scene shifts over an optical rear view in the multi-screen refracted from the time windows, mesmerizing the dot matrix pointillistic images, magic lantern light.
Well done, Beth.
I'm sorry about that.
That's
Yeah,
okay. Don't apologise.
Blooper.
All right, you're okay.
Forgive me, man.
It's fine.
I don't know. Why I get that wrong? I don't know.
Just take your time.
Okay.
Have a drink.
I haven't got a drink. If only I had a drink. In the twilight zone, fragments of genetic material, organisms in the nucleus of the embryo, astrologers and soothsayers, Leonardo's Ophidian soothsayers, praying mantises in the twilight zone, coast to coast, New Mexico, rewriting the cipher page for a new generation of Sophocles drama, crossing the mountains of the moon, ascending the moons of Jupiter, fragments of Genesis to Deuteronomy, written from Rem's memory. I'm an aristocratic theosophist based in the University of Cambridge, journeying back to the Cavendish Centre. I run screaming, Eureka! Matter divided. I'll read that again. Journeying back to the Cavendish Centre, I run screaming, Eureka! Journeying back to the Cavendish Centre, I run screaming, Eureka! Matter divining in the super collider trajectory of dawnlight, green dark, energy from the nuclei of hydrogen, helium, atoms, synthesis exploded, as the essence of matter orbiting Ptolemaic tarot, a seance with Blavatsky, fragments of Genesis to Deuteronomy, rewritten in Sanskrit and Aramaic, flying in by a moonlight sun over our Norwegian coastline to Reykjavik. The radioactive particles within the heart of the glacial meltwater, journeying out from the beginning of the World War to England. I'm crisscrossing the Atlantic Ocean, listening to the Enigma, listening to Shostakovich on the BBC in the Warsaw Ghetto, call signs from Bremerhaven, tracking satellites via our radar station. Our astrophysicists and theologians in Hanover rewriting Bach partitas, rebuilding the Bauhaus in California, sine and cosine aurora borealis. I think I'll miss.
You didn't practice.
No, I didn't practice at all.
Too many mics.
I want to read one more poem, if I may, David. I'm an idiot, I know, but I'm a happy idiot, and that helps. I am absolutely an idiot. I was born an idiot, and I should die an idiot, and I'm happy. This one's called The Manchurian Candidate. High fidelity vinyl recording playing on the turntable. This time around, it's a Borderlands ballad, The Sapphire Needle. Dancing in Act 1, a nematode biochemically anatomized. Neolithic cosmology in time signatures recall our numerology. I'm listening to the radio in the kitchen, giving me a buzz. When the sun comes out on the boardwalk, it's happy hour. Could be the wreckage of a B-52 or a stormlight over Danzig. I'm playing the academic overture, a Mahler's resurrection, listening to radioactive dust particles in the atmosphere. Since the Cold War, I'm inalienably discovered in Westphalia, across the Atlantic with St. Elmo's fire in the mizzenmast, Andromeda and Orion in the constellation of Sagittarius A. Since returning to Egypt, a prisoner of war in Mogadishu, a high school diploma in the federal records since Roswell, I'm listening to Igor Stravinsky playing on the turntable. This time around, it's a ragtime playing for the minor leagues. I'll leave it there. And I've been spray painted by Javel, or as we say in the English language, bleach. And I'm dying of bleach poisoning as I speak. We've got mice, rats, and everything running around the whole house.
Oh my.
No, we haven't actually.
We got
we have a dog
everywhere.
who's
Also, we have it.
dying.
We have
incontinent.
we have a wonderful. I have a wonderful step.
Oh my God.
One of
What a nightmare. It sounds apocalyptic.
my
You know?
daughter's been going crazy, you know.
Well,
you
she's
can't-
Oh
crazy.
my.
She's crazy, but I'm definitely crazy. You know, I was born crazy.
Oh God.
Oh, shut up.
Best
Hey,
best of luck with the mice situation. Oh my.
I know we paid
Takeover.
someone to come in as well, and it's still they've
Oh
still
God.
come back. Another pack.
Oh my word. Oh God.
I'm one of the limping.
Okay.
I'm one of the walking wounded.
Oh God. Thank you both for your absolutely masterful poetry. Susie, you have this uh, image of like soul to soul, and just the phrase atomic storms, just these two words, little poem right there, atomic storms. And you talk about a garden of dreams, which is very fascinating to me. Enchanted by unknown sources, and then this in this desert, the king, following his star. What a beautiful! It's kind of like a small mythology in that poem. And I love your butterflies and especially that image, firefly dances in the wings, its future uncertain. Absolutely. You have that fragility and uncertainty of life there and well captured. And Robert, I have to go back to in the Twilight Zone, where you have this line, crossing the mountains of the moon, ascending the moon to Jupiter, fragments of Genesis, Deuteronomy, rewritten from Rem's memory. And then we find you're an aristocratic theosophist. I love the Blavatsky and everything. Thank you both. Flying in
Thank
by the
Thank you
midnight
very
sun.
much.
You're very
Oh,
welcome.
son of a bitch.
Well, best of luck to both of you with that situation. And thank you.
Philosophist, rather a theosophist.
Yes, theosophy. Wow. Okay. Hey, thank you both for taking us on two different trips, three even with your backstory of the house. Okay. So we have Rorschach on next. I'll be quiet and I'll get your recording going. Thanks a million, Rorschach, for what you're doing with the list. Profoundly helpful.
Okay, we're on. Am I on?